Minnesota, we are going to get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Vermin. We talked about this show back at Convergence, and now we're going to get in there and see what we can find out. Alright guys, we're on the set of Vermin. I'm really excited about this. We are in Trace Ballou's office. This is the office where he shoots all his shots as Dr. Sam Lodgepole. Okay. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know who any of these characters are, but I'm excited. This guy is one of my... I'm a fan, let's just say. And we've got his chart here, which actually has script notes on it, which I'm not going to touch. And I love this. He's got a certificate of excellence, and nobody signed it. It's not filled out at all. But we're going to take a look at the set now, so just come along with me. I love these charts of the rats. I don't know what we're supposed to learn from this, other than basic science, whatever. And we're walking into what looks like the genetics lab. We've got the genetics lab. Placeholder laboratories, I love that. And Gordon told me that this is like whatever lab they need at the time, so they just rip the sign off and put a new one on. But we've got a desk here, which I assume the puppets are all under. And we got some more charts, and this thing, I'm not even touching this thing, but it looks like it's right out of The Fly. And I really hope Jeff Goldblum's not in there. Oh, look at this prop. I love this prop. It's so state-of-the-art. It looks real, doesn't it? And we got Gordon in here working. We have to get him to sign a waiver. And then we got Ralph's desk. And I'm wanting to really play with this stuff. There's no notes in his notebook. But yeah, he's got a real diploma because it's been filled out, unlike the other diploma we saw. Looks like this is where their set prop stuff is. I'm very eager to see what that cannon is about. And then, we have bathrooms. That's a plus. This is where the staff is practicing their lines. Quit looking there. You're busy? Well, my camera person Angie is tiptoeing around. I guess this is our main lab. It looked like one of the rats is sleeping on the job or he's dead. We're in a laboratory, so you can never share. Hi. Hi. We're just filming. But this is their main lab. Looks like we've got the basic stuff of a lab. We've got liquid. I'm not going to touch that. All visitors report to the main office. We did not do that. No. And more of those biological rat notes over here. We got lighting equipment. It'd be really nice to afford some of that for the show, huh? And it looks like this is their tech area.
Kind of, sort of. It's the video village and the sound setup.
Alright, I'm John, by the way.
Hi, Rob.
Rob? Yeah. It's good to meet you. Hope you don't mind being on YouTube.
Not at all.
Just making sure?
I'm a fellow YouTuber myself.
Okay. Sorry, I'm John.
Hi, John. I'm Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. What do you do on the show?
I watch. I
Sounds like the best job in the world. I wish I had your job.
I contributed, so now I get to watch.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what happens. Okay, we're here with Renee. And Renee, tell us a little bit about what you do on the show.
I am a puppeteer. I'm almost afraid to say that I am. I'm working with such talented people. I do the part of Roz, who is a paranoid rat who wears a tinfoil hat. And I have another part. I'm a human being. I am one of the secretaries. I am one of the rat's human secretaries. But yeah.
So you work under Ralph?
Yes. Technically, I do. Yes, indeed.
I'm actually looking forward to this show now.
No, there are 2 secretaries, and one is Natasha and one is Svetlana. So we're both sort of Eastern European type secretaries.
That'll be interesting.
Yes.
So, what do you feel you contribute to the show?
Oh gosh, enthusiasm maybe. I think I make up for any lack of puppeteering talent and enthusiasm, and I am very grateful to be on this set and a part of this particular project. I was told that they wanted me for something, one of these parts, because of a vocal quality that someone heard and someone liked, and said, you know what, I think this might work for one of these characters, and I think they maybe shuffled us around a little bit in their heads before casting it. But so I don't know, some good solid enthusiasm, and I think the Roz character is a bit when she is panicked and she yells a lot and she's awfully prone to outbursts, and that's potentially what they liked in me, when I can scream a lot and yell a lot. So
now, a lot of people are going to compare the show to Gordon's first show, TV.
yes.
What's the same, if anything, and what's different from that show?
I wish I could make a profound comparison. I had a tiny part on TV. I actually filled in for another puppeteer who left town, and I did the disembodied skull of Jane Mansfield, who was also a secretary.
I remember.
Yeah. So I was here and there every now and then. I think I had a few parts. They were pretty small, so I was only on set, just sprinkled around a little bit here and there. I feel like both sets were run and operated pretty efficiently, pretty organized. At least I knew what I was supposed to be doing on TV, and I always arrive knowing what's going to go on today. Here's what I think. I think the nature of this Vermin, the sets aren't as elaborate, and they probably because it seems like it right here, but it's they're more downplayed, and it's supposed to be this really basic sort of office thing, and then the rat office and the rat situation is even more just break room, lunch room, cardboard box for an office.
Right.
Whereas Transylvania Television had some really fantastic props that were pretty sparkly and pretty just intricate handmade stuff that you could just imagine would take weeks and weeks to make.
Right.
So I think to create that Vampire LeShock sort of thing probably took a lot more. You know, we had to build walls that looked like they were creepy and old and that sort of stuff. We didn't. I mean, I didn't, but they had to be built. This is perhaps maybe a little bit more downplayed and more low key, and less about the props and the set and more about the silliness that's happening with the rat.
And this show's a little less adult than TV. I was told. I heard. Maybe I'm
This
wrong.
is what we're hoping for.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully, a broader audience can watch this for sure. It'll be more family friendly.
Did you hear at all how the Kickstarter campaign ended? Because I was trying to follow it, but I lost track towards the end.
Pretty successful.
Did they reach their goal?
I think so.
Okay.
As far as I understand, they did. Yeah.
I hope so. All right. Well, tell me a little more about Roz.
Roz is okay. So she's the rat whose job it is in the office to run the maze day after day after day, and she finds the cheese at the end every time. They never change the end of the maze, so she always they move the cheese, but they never change the end of the maze. And so she's trying to figure out. There's just got to be. There's something she just can't. She's on the precipice of figuring out. So she thinks there's a conspiracy going on, and so she wears that silly hat all the
And
time.
she's partly right to a degree.
Yeah, I'm not going to share everything,
Right.
but it's implied that perhaps, that everyone thinks that she's pretty silly for thinking all these things,
Right.
but she might be onto something. Anyhow, but she is confused and dumbfounded and also anxious because, if there's any sign of anybody moving cheese, touching her cheese, she's getting all mad about it, and she's trying to tell everybody in the office it's a shadow entity, somebody's watching over us, and pretty high strung, I would say Roz is. But some good entertainment, I think, for the others. So.
Absolutely. And I heard it's supposed to have like a continuing story arc.
Yes.
So things are supposed to It's supposed to get pretty dramatic at some point.
Yes, so we were told. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to be able to reveal.
Well,
but
don't.
There is.
If you're not comfortable, don't tell us. But I'm eager to find out eventually.
In another season, it's definitely a continuing story, and yes, and onward, and delving into the mystery of it all.
Well, I'm excited. And I'm excited to see what Roz can do. And thank you for talking with us.
You're so welcome. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Geek again, and we're here with
Don Krasnowski.
from Vermin, and this is not our first encounter.
No, it's not. It's almost habit.
Yeah,
I need
right.
to talk with my puppet.
Yeah, right. The first interview I did with you was not with you specifically, though.
Mhm.
Who did we talk with before?
That was Connie and Connie Mark II from Convergence.
And it was weird because both of them were in the shot, and you were puppeteering both characters.
Well, I only puppeteered the one, and then the assistant for that, her name is Angela Fox. She puppeteered Mark II.
I wasn't going to say that. I was
That's
going to let
okay.
people be like,
No.
she's magic.
I wish I was, but I'm not that good.
Why are you here?
Well, I am here because I play two roles in this.
Okay.
And I get to play actually live action, so I play a character called Natasha, who's like in one scene.
Alright.
And then I also play the Ninja Rat, which you don't get to really know anything about this character in the first season. She becomes more prominent in second season.
So what brought you to Vermin?
Well, I've been working with Gordon and a couple other people who brainchild, Vermin, like Tim Wick, one of the writers, and I've been working with them for a while, and I was really excited when they were like, do you want to do puppets? I go, oh my god.
And we actually got to talk to them last year at Convergence too. What can you tell us about your character?
I'm sorry, I can't tell
You
you
don't-
very much.
No, you don't know much, or you have to keep it a secret?
As of right now, we are planning on keeping it a secret.
Okay.
Yes, more will come out about this specific character in season 2.
Okay, so she actually has a story arc about her.
Quite large amount of stuff. You can do that all day long, and there will still be heroes.
Yeah, that don't sound creepy at all.
No. But, yes.
She keeps looking right at me like I will end you.
Yeah, she does have these beautiful evil eyes, doesn't she? I really like them.
I'm not surprised. And
That's funny.
something that really excites me about even talking to you is like I barely ever see anybody holding a 3DS, and half the time I see you, you've got a 3DS on you.
It's my phylactery.
I love it. I gotta ask, what kind of games do you play?
Mostly role-playing games and traditionally turn-based role-playing games. I really like those.
Do you have any titles that you favor?
Wow.
Of course, the one time I didn't bring it, so I don't get the
Well,
street
right,
pass.
you don't get the street pass. God,
We're gonna have 4.
I loved Fantasy Life. I put like almost 200 hours into that game because I was just, I have to be the master of everything.
Right.
And then I really enjoyed, of course, Animal Crossing. Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
stupid. I like those fun. And anyways, I'm playing just a bunch of stuff, and I want to play the next Fire Emblem games really bad.
I do, but I don't want to play them unless I can get the 3-pack.
Oh,
you know, and
yeah.
I can't. What? Tell us about Natasha.
There's not much I can tell you about Natasha either. I know this is the worst interview for you ever.
Oh no, I've had
No,
worse.
yes, that.
I interviewed Gordon, so
Yeah.
Gordon's awesome.
No, I can't tell you much about Natasha either, although there is another character that's very similar to her called Svetlana,
Okay.
and played by the other actress in the show, and I can't tell you very much about that.
And these are all because of secrets. You know
Yeah.
what's going on, you just can't tell us.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you yet because...
Oh, I see how it is. Okay, whatever. Interview over. No.
Yeah, it comes out later.
Alright.
Like what is going on.
Right.
All I can tell you is, I don't know if Trace already mentioned it, but there's an atrocious amount of bagel in this.
Yes, he has mentioned a massive. There's no lack of bagels.
There is no lack of bagels in this, and we go through lots of bagels.
Now, I know your experience with these guys isn't, and you've actually said this already, that it doesn't expand just to Vermin. In fact, Gordon made Connie and Mark too.
And Mark too. Yep. He was the person who constructed the puppets. They're amazing. I love them. So it's actually nice to work with someone who's like only a pound.
Right?
Versus the ladies who are
Yeah, the ladies are a little heavier, aren't they? There's tech in them. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
What's your experience? What's your takeaway from doing Vermin?
Oh, well, the incredibly intensive puppet training that we did. We started 6 months ago.
You actually had puppet training.
Oh, yeah. And it was taught by John Jennings, who's playing the lead rat. He worked at Disney, if I'm not mistaken. He's Henson trained. And he just like picks up his hand, and all of a sudden his hand is now a creature, and it's really remarkable to watch.
Does he charge for lessons?
Yes, he does. But I mean, if you're going to take puppet lessons from anyone, this is he's the one to do it with. But yes, it was very intensive. It was once a week, and it was many hours on end, and it was learning just like how to walk, how to just make regular expressions out of something that's just so deep. And with eyes, and like how to do eye contact, and how to do. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I actually dreamt in puppet.
Oh wow! So like you drift through the puppet's eyes?
No, I dreamt I was puppeteering.
Okay.
Instead of like the Dawn going to the grocery store, now it's Dawn doing puppet going to the grocery store.
I'm just envisioning you puppeteering a puppet of yourself doing all this stuff.
Wow, that'd be intense too. Yeah, it was really interesting, and we like learned how to sing songs, and we actually learned like some of the Disney rap.
Oh. Wow.
And then we like learned improv, just again camera skills, how to make sure they look like they're looking at something, how they look engaged, or
right.
It was really neat, very challenging, very hard, but it was worth it. That was my favorite part.
What are you hoping for the future of Vermin?
Season 2. Because that's when this character becomes the main character.
Well, this isn't even all of season 1. You guys are only 4 episodes. How many episodes are going to be in the first season if you get picked up?
I was told 7.
7 more or 7 total?
7 total.
Okay.
But I mean at this point, but I think there were 7 expected. But yeah, season 2 happened.
I'm excited for season 2 also. And who is this again?
This is the ninja.
She doesn't have a name yet.
Not yet. But she will in season 2.
Okay, season 2. Everything happens in season 2. Alright, well thank you so much for talking to us. Give me 5.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Alright. I'm still the Geek online, and we have an enormous treat. Our biggest star to date on the show is Trace Ballou.
Oh, I thought someone was coming.
That's you.
Oh!
That's you.
Well, you're very
Unless you
kind.
brought an alter ego, because I know you have a few of them on standby.
I do. But no, it's just me. You have to put up with me.
I'd rather put up with you, sir.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you for coming to the Vermin shoot.
I'm very excited about it. You are on Vermin now.
Vermin, yes. You got your button.
Yes, I got 2 of them.
Ooh,
actually.
yes, you got the round one. I got the round one. Yeah, Vermin. I get to play a human instead of a robot.
Well, to be fair, it hasn't been your first portrayal as a human either.
That's true. That's true.
But it is your second scientist role.
Yes. Hopefully, I'm a little bit better scientist this time. The lab coat is more traditional color than the lime green.
And you're not sporting the multi-haired mustache.
No, I'm a little more. I think I'm a better scientist this time. I think, although I have an obsession with eating bagels, and I'm working with rats. It's a research lab, and each rat has its own particular function in that lab.
Well, it's not your first foray with what you would consider vermin, because I do recall an episode where you were trying to sell roaches with Steve Reeves.
You have a better memory than I do. I can't remember anything.
It was a Hercules movie. So.
You know, I'll see a videotape of Frank and I as the mad scientists, and we'll be dressed as pirates. And I don't remember that happening.
My favorite bizarre Deep 13 moment was when you guys are suddenly construction workers
that was weird. That's weird to look back and go, wow, I was young at one point with the Vermin. See how I'm bringing this around?
I know, right?
You see me pull the car back around.
Which is fine. It's their deal, and we should be putting out their stuff more than...
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I met these guys when they were doing Transylvania Television.
Right, and I've seen that. I haven't focused any episodes on it because I didn't know about it until after I started my show. And it was kind of too late. Like, the show had run its course. Where was I going with that?
Vermin.
Yes, Vermin. TV was a great show.
Yes.
But it was a little more adult than what you guys are doing today.
Yeah, this is a little more broad, I think, for the whole family. But it's the same team. It's
Right.
I was so impressed with those guys when I saw what they had done. The production values were so amazing. The puppetry is great, and it's all done here from the Minneapolis community. Of you got some great writers and performers here, and it's just a real treat to get to work with these guys. And they can hear us. That's why.
Right?
That's why I'm saying all these nice things.
Really punch it. No.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. No. They definitely are very talented. I haven't worked with them, but I've seen.
They're awful people. They're disgusting.
I watched them film a scene in their break room,
Mm-hmm.
and that looked very, very. God, what's the word? It looked like it was a lot of work for them to do. It looked like it was very difficult, and they pushed through it, and they were very professional, and they still made it funny. Like, I didn't think you could be professional and funny.
It's hard.
It definitely is.
It's hard, and these are long hours, long production hours, and you're sitting under a hot puppet. It takes a bit of skill to do all of this.
Let's talk more about your character. What is your character's name? I haven't even heard his name.
His name is Sam Lodgepole, and he works for Placeholder Laboratories.
That's a great title for a lab.
I think he's involved in the research, but the focus of the show is really on the interaction of the rat characters.
Right.
Ralph is the rat that I interact with more. My character interacts with, because he's more of a liaison to the other Vermin.
But he actually feels like he's not a test subject. He feels like he's an employee.
Yeah, he is kind of more employee, I think. But I can't give too much away.
Right,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
As the series goes on.
And this has an overarching plot, too.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
one of those big surprise ending kind of things going on, I've been told. I haven't heard any specifics.
Yeah, they won't let me know. They keep they black out that information in the script. But we're just doing 1 through 4 right now, and hopefully we can build that.
Well, tell us about your experience in Vermin.
So far, I've had 2 days on the set, and it's just been great. We've had so much fun. I love working with John, who plays Ralph.
Right.
We have more interaction together than. Although today I did get to work with Natasha, who's my assistant, my lab assistant.
Right.
And that's the only other human I've had contact with.
She's a human character on the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's a hierarchy, right? There are people above you in this network. Characters.
I can only assume that there are.
You're not the evil mastermind, because too many fans would rebel if you're the villain of the show.
No, I can only assume that there's somebody that I have to punch in.
Right.
So I only assume that I'm working for somebody.
Tell us more about your experience in damn, that's embarrassing. Tell us more about
it all cuts together.
Yeah, tell us more about your Vermin experience.
Not much else I can tell you about Sam. I'm learning about the character too as we go on here.
Well, you have to take a specific take. You have to bring a little bit of yourself to the character, right?
That's all I have. So Sam is probably, looks like me, probably my age.
I would hope so. It'd be horrible casting if not.
We're probably about this smart,
You know what? He could be younger or older.
He could be
You
slightly.
see all these high school movies where they're like the 21 Jump Street movies.
Where everyone's
These are not
in their 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could work out. You don't know.
But it's largely a mystery unfolding in front of me. You know, I know that there's we're working with the rats in the lab,
Right.
and each one has their own story. Like 3 Mile is the rat with 3 eyes.
Oh, wow.
The ninja. I think he's had some run-ins with some nuclear.
The ninja's actually a woman, though, isn't it?
Yes, actually, yes.
I think that's all we got on questions for Vermin, but since I've got you here, I've got to ask some Vermin questions I've had for the last 20 years.
Ask away. Let's bring them.
Let's go with the more recent stuff. You did a show for YouTube with Joel Hodgson recently.
That was a show called Other Space for Paul Feig, who you might know from Ghostbusters. A big controversy coming out with the all-female Ghostbusters.
Well,
I know Paul. I trust Paul.
Right.
He's a great director and writer.
He's actually directing it?
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow.
As you know, he wrote and created Other Space.
Right.
The pilot for that.
Which was an interesting show. I sat down and I watched it all, and some of it I didn't care for, but it's nothing that really bothered me on a whole. I really liked the I think it's the T-Mobile girl, the phone girl.
Yes, Milana. She's quite a good comedic actress. They were all great comics. It was such a thrill to work with these guys that were so on the job and spot on comedically. It was just a thrill to be in that cast. I hope it comes back. I hope we do.
I do too. I haven't heard anything about it other than I can only find it on YouTube, and I don't know where you're supposed to watch it. Is that where you're supposed to find it?
Well, it was on Yahoo TV, and then I think now it's on. You can find it on Yahoo site somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, it's. I'm sure it'll find a home somewhere.
I hope so. I would definitely love to see that come to DVD at some point.
I'm sure it will.
Well, I gotta ask the question that everybody who knows you is probably gonna ask: is what was it like to come back to work with Joel?
It was great. You know, we've been friends for years, and we had just come off working on Cinematic Titanic, which was the touring version of Mystery Science Theater
Right.
without the puppets and the tinsel and the spaceships. It was just the jokes and a movie. So, you know, I've known Joel for like 30 years.
Right.
So, again, we're playing a robot and a guy trapped in space. So
Except the guy trapped in space happens to be a pothead, apparently.
I never really alluded to pot. I don't know if it's pot. I know there's some other substances that he spent a lot of time near the engines.
Right.
So that's.
And I always wondered, like, are you guys supposed to be the R2D2 and C3PO of this show?
I think we're the Zalian and Art of the show. So we're creating our own.
And I love how your character was Art, which is another MST throwback, basically.
I think that was a happy coincidence. I asked Paul about that, and he said, "Nah, it's just the name I gave him." So there was no. Although let's let that myth lie.
Okay.
Let's let that.
We'll cut this out of the
Yeah.
interview. All right, and then there's some MST questions I gotta ask. Not too. I don't think they're too invasive. The biggest one is a personal question. I talked to you off camera about my fandom for He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching a lot of the blooper videos that have come out in recent years. And I noticed a lot of He-Man stuff that was used as sets and props. I remember I think the super, what the hell was that thing? One of the Invention Exchanges was like a box that was the kit for some super freak out or something it was called.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. We used a lot of stuff like the Castle Grayskull.
Right. I saw the footage of I think it was the public access opening of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that, you got both halves of
Yeah.
Castle Grayskull on
Right.
there.
And we used a lot of demon dogs. What we
The
call
Battlebone
the
thing.
Battlebone thing.
I remember that and thinking, how does nobody notice this?
You know, the thing was that those toys were available because they were popular, and then they all went into salvage and secondhand stores.
I remember seeing those scenes and thinking, my mind would wander like, who went to get this and whose garage was this prop in?
We just went to toy stores and bought all the clearance stuff that we could find.
It was your fault I couldn't find those.
Yeah. They're calling me back to this.
Yeah,
I
okay.
should go.
Yeah,
John,
thank you
it's been
so much
great.
for talking to us. Hi guys, the Geek again. We are still on the Vermin set, and we have with us today
Gordon Smooter.
And Jennifer Mencken.
and you guys are a couple of the brains behind the show, right? Could you tell us where Vermin came from?
My initial concept for Vermin was to do something fast and cheap and easy, and these things never ever occur. I wanted a web series that we could shoot on location and find someplace cheap and easy and keep it limited to a small production. And
Then you handed it over to a group of writers.
yeah, then the writers group got involved, and then it became an epic. Suddenly we're shooting Civil War with rats.
I would go see that.
I think a lot of people.
I'm pretty excited about Civil War anyway. Are we talking about real life Civil War, or are we talking about comic book Civil War? There's two of them now.
Something epic like either Civil War.
Okay.
But yeah, the original concept was supposed to be this rat was working in a testing lab, and this was supposed to be a slice of life thing where he would work and he'd see his crazy coworkers, and then he'd go home at night and see his crazy family. After the writers got involved and really started working on the concept, it changed quite a bit, and so now it's kind of a weird mystery sort of
Pseudo-science fiction.
So it's kind of turned into maybe The Office meets, I don't think of something else like that. Supernatural a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of like The Office meets Muppety X-Files.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we basically the plot revolves around Ralph, who gets his smarts boosted in a experiment, and so they what do you call it when you get
promote him.
They promote him to
middle management.
There we go. That's the word. More copy. So he starts noticing things almost right away that are really weird around the lab, things he never saw before that nobody else seems to see. So he starts investigating, and that's where the plot starts to unfold. And so, yeah, it's like I say, it's a little X-Files-y, a little Muppety, a little,
And you have to juggle some humor in with all that, so that's got to be tough. At what point do you decide, okay, this is a scene where we're going to be funny, this is a scene where we actually have to focus on the story and find some secret revelation that's coming?
It's always
funny?
Yeah, it's always got to be funny. Even when we are revealing some of the strangest things about the show, it needs to be done in a fun way, because that's the whole crux of this thing, that it's a family comedy.
I'm just envisioning any specific scene where a big secret is unleashed on the audience, and you hear the soap opera organ music, and everybody's sort of...
Yep, that will happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That will happen. We'll have some of that. But we've got a lot of in the later episodes for the first season. It does take a little bit of a turn towards Ralph being kind of confused, and there are some more. I don't want to use the word maudlin moments, but the moments where you kind of go, oh, he's not laughing at this point.
Right.
So, and that's important.
Kind of a moment of realization.
Yeah. So, this first series is all about paranoia.
Okay. And this show is basically your creation, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
At what point did you come into it?
Always. We're married, so.
20 years ago when I said
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to let you guys bring that up.
When I started the Puppet Forge, Jennifer said, well, what do you want to do? And what don't you want to do? And I said, well, I don't want to do bookkeeping, and I don't want to do, kind of the arranging of the other shows that we do, not shows making shows. 2 shows to sell puppets.
Like Convergence, where I met you guys.
Yeah. And so she's taken that on, along with her regular full-time job. So, you know,
And
she's proving herself superior to me in every way.
And superior to me because this is, I meant to, but I never actually credited you. But you actually got to play cameraman in one of our interviews at Convergence. Yeah.
Oh.
And I really meant to put your credit on there. I completely forgot.
You'll get it. You'll get
Okay.
it.
That's okay.
But
no ego.
well, when this video finally airs, there'll be a link to the other video, and they'll be like, "This is the video that she cameraed." Okay, guys. But
So mostly I do the behind the scenes stuff.
right. You don't really let me in the door.
Production, legal, receipts, money, that kind of stuff.
Craft
Food.
services, taxes,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you name it.
And you guys actually have, I don't want to say, I don't want to toot anybody's horn, but I don't want to undershadow anyone either. You've got some actual stars in this too.
Yeah. Starting with some of our regular puppeteers. Charles Hubble is a local actor who's done motion pictures with Ben Kingsley.
Oh, wow.
John Jennings is our lead puppeteer who does Ralph the Rat, and he's worked with the Henson Company. When the most recent Muppet film came out, he was doing live shows for them at the El Capitan Theater in California. And
Now that was Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like 3 more might come out before this actually gets done.
Oh, okay. And then we have Trace Bullen from Mystery Science Theater.
And who I childishly gush over.
He's used to it, don't worry.
Okay. I still feel like, oh my god, he's hating me now.
No.
And you got...
Trace doesn't hate anybody.
It definitely seems that way. And you've also got Don, who is a pretty big star power in terms of Convergence.
Don Krasnowski, who does the voice and the puppeteering for Connie.
Me and Mark too.
And Mark too.
And who is she on the show?
She is playing Ninja Rat.
Which we can't explain anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't even get the name out of her. She wouldn't tell me a damn thing.
No, it's got.
I don't think she knows the name.
She probably doesn't.
We haven't gotten that
It's
far.
got to stay secret until season 2.
Okay. So you've got this pretty mapped out then.
As a matter of fact, we have 3 series planned. We don't have them all scripted yet, but the first series is all about Ralph and working at the thing. And like I said, series 1 is about paranoia. Series 2 will be about realization, and series 3 will be about confrontation. We're making these things, and they're going to come out subsequently, but you know.
But you don't have a schedule as to when they'll come out.
Right. We are hoping that the first 4 episodes of this series will be out between now and Convergence 2016. But
oh, really?
at least the first episode will be done. It better be.
Right.
So
You don't have a lot of time though. It's just like 2 months away, right?
Yeah, so
We are.
we've got 1.5 days of filming left. And then it just falls all on our poor editor.
Oh, wow.
So, yep.
Who's fast?
Who is fast?
And where are we going to be able to see these episodes?
We will have our.
We're working on it.
Yeah, so we'll have our YouTube channel. We're also working on our new website. So there'll either be links or live links to that there. But it's possible, you know, if the work is good and it's appreciated, we might end up on one of the other downloadable platforms out there. We're not sure yet, but.
All right. Well, I will definitely do everything I can. I'm gonna throw your name out as often as I can on my show, and I'm gonna talk to the guys at the Pop Culture Network and see if they can post my videos on their stuff too. And is there anything else you want people to know about Vermin before we end for now?
Watch it. Watch it.
Right, religiously.
Yeah.
And call your congressman.
What you call them is up to you.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
And I really hope the whole show does really well because I want to see it. I really do. If I had money,
The most valuable thing you can give is word of mouth.
All right. Well, I'll do my best on that.
So.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys. Yep. Appreciate it.
What's the name of your show?
The Geeks Obscure Reviews.
Thank you, the Geeks of Obscureverse?
Obscure Reviews.
Of Obscure Reviews. Thank you, Geeks of Obscure Reviews.